What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Night Weekly Poll List Show. I am your host, Izzy, and we're going to have a good time talking about comic books. We're going to be talking about what's trending, what's new, and if this is the first time you're watching the show, thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoy it. I do have a lot of stuff to talk about today, but before I start talking about that, let me introduce to you today's guest co-host with us is none other than Rich from Comic Caps Collectibles. Let's bring him out. What's up, Rich?
What's up, Izzy? How are you, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Getting ready for the holiday season. A few days to go, man.
I still got. What's funny about this kind of season? Every time you think you're finished,
You're not.
there's always something.
There's always gift cards.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like there's gift cards to people that you don't want to try hard, and then the rest of your family is like, no, don't get me no gift card, right? Because you didn't think about it. Now, I would love a gift card from, like, let's say Midtown Comics or something like that, but Target, Walmart, those are the gift cards I normally get because you know what? We don't know what to get you, so we'll get you this.
And they don't want to spend the extra bucks to get you the Visa or the Amex, so you got to settle for what you get.
I know. Anyway, let's take an opportunity right now before we start talking about what's trendy, and let's say what's up to the chat. And of course, kicking it off as always, our boy Las Cruces came in today at 4. I did the stream a little later, so I guess he didn't get a chance to come in, but he got in at 4 o'clock, and then he came in about an hour later and gave me the woohoo. And then right at 6 o'clock, we got the hello from New Mexico. I love his strategy. He always has a strategy in place. You know what I mean?
He's got to be setting timers or something to.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, show starts here. But we always got so it's Larry Green machine. He's always after Las Cruces, so he makes it in there, and he also has his little emojis there as well. And my boy Scotty, his show's gonna come immediately after ours. Always, we gotta find Josh. There's some guy trolling here.
Crazy.
Comic Cats Collectibles. It's talking about adventurers. Look at the adventurous Joe. What's going on, my man? And look at this. Before he even gets a chance to say hello, he has to let us know. Major's found guilty and fired from Marvel. And then he throws in the hello, everybody.
He just spoiled the whole show.
I know, you know what I'm saying? We got Collecting with Dirts lurking and watching. All right. And there we got more information about Majors. Dirts is letting us know that he is part of the Bird Gang. And who else is just? Let's see if there's someone else that just popped up. Trev, the shipping guru. What's going on, Trev? How you doing? Trev? All right, and that's everyone so far that has arrived to the show. So there's a lot to talk about, and the topic of discussion was going to be more on the lines of, is nepotism a thing in movies, especially with James Gunn, because he hires his brother for everything. So we'll get to talk a little bit about that when we get to what's trending. However, in case you didn't know, just came out to not that long ago, just maybe within the last hour or two, they found Jonathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment. And immediately after that verdict came, Disney popped out of nowhere saying, "You fired." So it sounds to me like we did find Kang's ultimate weakness, and that is the New York Department of Corrections.
You know what the crazy thing is I heard that he was trying to countersue his girlfriend or whoever it was, saying that she assaulted him, and they got it all backwards. So I was like, all right, let's see how this plays out. But
it didn't play out well.
It might have been it might have been both of them. She might have beat the crap out of him, and he turned around and grabbed her, and now they're both guilty, and it ends bad for everyone.
Yeah, and when you hear stories like this, it's just a shame to hear all this stuff, but the reality of it is it's life, right?
Yeah.
But those text messages did not sound good.
I didn't see any text messages.
Oh, those text messages was bad, because he was like, she's like, I need to go to the doctor, and he's like, well, you got, even if you tell them that you fell down, they're gonna think it was me because that's how you think, and word goes out. Like, he's literally in the text messages kind of insinuating.
Yeah. Trying to coach her through what to say and what not to say.
Yeah, and it's like, and she's like, I need more pills, and don't worry, I'll take care of it. So like he beat her, in other words, and he has some guy, he has a guy. So it just got uglier and uglier and uglier, and just imagine what it could be like. So, it was nice knowing you, Jonathan Majors. I think it's time for a new career, because I don't think you're gonna see him acting for a bit, or he'll take a hiatus or something like that. But we'll see what's going on. Anyway, man, Rich, you ready to go talk a little bit about what's trending?
Let's go.
Let's do this. All right. So we got our list here from Key Collector. We're going to take a look at what are the books that are trending this week, starting with a book called Monster in My Pocket. This came out back in 1991. It was on the list last week, and I wasn't even sure why it was on the list. Now I know why it's on the list. Do you know anything about Monsters in My Pocket?
I have no clue, man. I'm looking at this. I'm like, I've never even heard of this book.
So it was a toy line from 89, and obviously it wasn't that popular because it was kind of like in you had Mad. I know you know Mad Balls.
Yeah, I know Mad
so
Balls.
There's Mad Balls. So it was kind of like counter for Mad Balls.
Okay.
So that, there was a Harvey Comics did a little run on this book, and now this book is gaining some traction. It's a dollar bin book, to be completely honest. You might still find it in a dollar bin, but it's getting momentum because Will Smith is now attached to a live action series of this not so beloved toy line, I'm going to say. So, I don't know.
Listen,
hey, what's up?
Barbie number one didn't go through the moon. I don't think this book is going to either. Just saying.
Yeah, and it's Barbie, right? And everybody knows Barbie, but this one, I don't know. So, I'm going to just say pass on it, right? Now, the book that is really based off of what we really came here to talk about, and that is Justice League #1. Now, this book is a personal favorite of mine. I personally love this book. First of all, that cover is iconic. I'm surprised it's only $15. I would figure this book is more, and I think it will get more, but it features the first appearance of Maxwell Lord, who we have seen in movies. He was played by Pedro Pascal in that Wonder Woman 1985 movie that we saw. Mm-hmm. So it's back on this list, but this time not because of Pedro Pascal, but because of Sean Gunn.
So, you know what? And I'm not a big DC guy. I think this is an awesome book, man. Like, if I see this and it's priced right, if it's say $10 for a nice decent copy, I would absolutely snag it. I mean, it's a #1 from 87. So 87, it probably has a high print run. So that's probably what's keeping the price down. But it's a cool book, man. And Sean Gunn was awesome as Kraglin. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
And Sean Gunn, the thing with Sean Gunn is that obviously he's James Gunn's brother, and James always hires Sean, right? For everything.
He was the director. He wasn't the casting agent for Guardians. So, I mean, I know it's like, hey, that's my brother. Now he's the CEO of DC Films. So it's a little bit of a nepotism situation.
Well, that's the thing. Is it nepotism or just some guy hiring his friends? Because that's what it is.
Yeah, but that some guy might feel pressure from the CEO of DC. It's just a bad situation. Although I like it. I like Sean Gunn. I think he's going to do a good job with it.
If Sean Gunn, my thing is, if Sean Gunn was bad, I don't have a problem with it. Then I have a problem with it. It's kind of like here's another person that Ron Howard always has his brother in his movie, Clint Howard, who is a gem. Clint Howard is awesome. It's the same dynamic, right, of getting like a family member to be part of it. And the thing with Sean Gunn, he doesn't really play high, big roles. But to be completely honest, Maxwell Lord is a pretty important character, especially when it comes to the Justice League. As we move forward and what kind of character he becomes. Like here, Maxwell Lord is not really a villain, but then later on he becomes more of a villain, kind of like the alternative to a SHIELD agent or something like that with Checkmate and things like that. So I'm curious what kind of direction they want to take it. But we already have Sean Gunn in the DC universe already from
Suicide
Suicide.
Squad. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Weasel, right?
he played the Weasel.
Mhm.
So, but I guess he was a mocap guy there, so who knows? But let's see, how much money is he getting? Is the question. Peanuts, making peanuts. And guys, yeah, you said don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Thank you, Scott. He always makes sure he tells the world to do that. So I personally like this book. If you could find this book, I'll pick it up if I was you, especially for a low price. It is, first of all, the series is fantastic. Kevin McGuire is an awesome artist. He's one of the best artists out there that doesn't get a lot of love the love he should get, but he is an amazing artist. He's like the best artist when it comes to facial expressions. So when you think of Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, you got to think of Kevin McGuire because those two go hand in hand. Yeah. All right. Here's our next book. Our next book in the list is Miles Morales, Spider-Man #1. This is the book that came out back in 2022. It's on the list because it features a first appearance of a major villain called Rabble. They're really coming up with they can't come up with good names, man.
Yeah, I remember reading this too, and I didn't think it was anything relevant. Like, is there like rumors of Rabble being in like the Spider-Verse movie, or like what's driving it to be hot?
So what's driving it to be high, even though it still has demand a high of cover price, really $5 is cover price. The only thing I'm going to say is that Miles does not have a rogue squad, a villain's rogue yet. If you're gonna count someone, you gotta count the Spot from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's really, and he's not gonna take Spidey's villains.
Yep.
So you gotta start building characters for him. You gotta give him a cast of villains that he could fight, like a villain of the month type of thing. And I think Rabble's one of those characters that might be it. I honestly think Spot should be the guy moving forward for him because we kind of already created that with the movie. So why not just do it in the comics? And because it's still Disney. That's what they do, right? So first of all, the cover is awesome. I got awesome no complaints about the cover, but overall, it's just another book that's out there. So nothing that special. Another book that for some people may be special, for some people may not be special, called Butterfly. Now, this was on the list months ago. And the reason why it was on the list is that it was picked up by Amazon for a series. Turns out it's been greenlit. So we're going to see the series Butterfly. And if that series is any good, this $8 book is going to skyrocket.
Okay. Listen, a lot of the not really well-known comics that they make into screenplay through like shows and stuff, all of them were pretty good. Like even what was that one on Netflix by Image? Bunch of superheroes.
Wait, for Deadly Class? There's so many. There's Umbrella Academy.
No, not that one. It was
I love Umbrella Academy, by the way.
The father had the beard and they kept flashing back from the past to the present.
That's Umbrella Academy.
Not Umbrella Academy. It was they only did one season of it. It was actually really good, and I was hoping they would do another season, but I can't think of the name of it. Somebody help me out here.
Yeah, come on. That's what the group is all about here, right?
It'll come to me. Damn.
All right. So yeah, if you find this book for cheap, pick it up just in case. It could be a next Walking Dead. It could be another Invincible. It could be another Boys, in the sense that this was a project that became a TV series. So, if you find it cheap, man, because that's how these are the books that when we talk about them years later, if they get a following, this book that you see right now for $8 will be one day $1,000 if that happens. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to predict the future here, but that's just the way this works. When it comes to the indie hits are the ones that become the real hard books because they're low print runs.
Jupiter's Legacy. That's what I was thinking of. Jupiter's Legacy. That was good, man. I liked it.
That one's still pretty cheap. Those books are pretty cheap. They're easy to pick up. So, okay. All right, next on our list here, an iconic cover. This is the way. You got it, Nora. Right?
That's Deadpool 3
All right.
spec.
Deadpool 3 spec. This is Wolverine 55, the one that came out back in 2007. This is a very popular Greg Land inspired by crime, suspense stories. I remember seeing the photos because there was a leaked photo of Deadpool holding Sabretooth's head, the Tyler Mane, and immediately when that came up, I immediately thought of this comic book, right? And now this comic book is starting to gain traction. So
I
have
get
a
it.
copy. I'm happy. I have my copy.
$15 just because the head of Sabretooth is on it and it's going to happen in a movie. I don't know. It's cool and I would like to own it. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't spend $15 on it though.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those books that's like, it's just, that's just how these books work, right? So this is based off a scene that could potentially happen in the movie. Okay, great. I think the book is cool because of it's an homage. That's the only reason why I like it. It's a cool looking homage. It's one of the very few Greg Land covers I do like because I'm not a big fan of Greg Land for numerous reasons as an artist. But we got another one. This is the way. So, $15, maybe 10.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Maybe 10, 15 might be a little too high.
If there was some other relevance to the book, like a minor first appearance or something, I could see it, but
yeah. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one.
Oh, there we go.
There's another classic cover. Green Lantern 49.
Is that a Greg Land too, or no?
That is not a Greg Land. That is a name escaping me. I know the name. He was a cover artist too. Are you one of wait?
So Ron Mars?
Ron Mars is the writer.
Oh, the writer. That's right.
He's the writer. Ron Mars is the writer. I'm drawing a blank on who is the cover artist, but it's same artist. It's the same interior guy. So I know someone in the chat. Beckerman's in the chat, so I'm sure he might know the artist. But his name's escaping me. It's I can't figure it out. But this book is in the list for one reason, and I need a drink. Excuse me, guys. Daryl Banks, thank you. I knew someone knew it. Southern Comic Geek. Yes, Daryl Banks. I knew someone would know. All right. So this book is in the cover because of one factor. There is an homage of Santa doing the same thing. Oh, my goodness. This sucks. Let me mute myself for a second.
I'm trying to picture the Santa cover you're talking about. I could picture it, but I can't think of what book it actually was.
I'm losing it, right? Yeah. So there's a Santa cover that came out not that long ago. It's recent. Let me see. Santa.
It says this week.
It came out, Santa with Green Lantern rings.
I probably saw it in Key Collector or something.
Oh, it's here. I seen the image. It's probably it's definitely one of the Christmas books. So what does Taylor Winder? Did I miss all the stupid?
A few of them.
Oh yeah, I know, right? You're missing me right now. I'm losing it with
I like this book just because I like the Green Lantern Volume 3. I mean, I thought that was that was cool.
This story was great. This is part 2. This is part 2 of 3 for the Emerald Twilight series where he becomes a villain, but he actually doesn't become a villain. He just wants to save Coast City. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And then he eventually goes off and we get Kyle Rayner in the next issue.
Whenever I bring that up to a hardcore Green Lantern fan, they're like, "What? Yeah. You liked Volume 3?" I'm like, "Yeah, Volume 3 was good, man.
It's a good volume, man. Ron Mars knows how to write for Green Lantern. He's good at it." All right, but this is an iconic cover. This is one of those books. Is it a key? There's a debate. Would you count iconic covers as keys?
Yes.
Okay. Why would you do that?
Well, Hulk 340, Spider-Man 1 by McFarlane. I mean, Spider-Man 252. I know it has other relevance to it, but those are iconic covers. You know, it's
Yeah.
an homage to Amazing Fantasy, but still.
Yeah.
Sometimes the cover is just the cover, man. It's just that good that it makes it a key. So
exactly. And it's the older ones, really. And the new ones are not that, they're there, but I wouldn't call them as iconic as these older covers because it was the cover of that book. And when you don't think about the story, because the one that comes to mind is Batman, the McFarlane Batman.
Yep.
Right? That one comes to mind. That story, no one knows anything about that story. No one even knows where it comes from.
What was the relevance of that issue? Anyone? It's a McFarlane
exactly.
cover, right? It's a McFarlane cover.
It's a McFarlane cover, right? It's just a really cool cover. No one even know. I bet you no one even knows who the woman in the cover is. You know what I mean? I don't know who the woman is in the cover. So it's just like it could have been anybody, right? So I consider, even though I do consider this more than just a regular key, I think this book is one of those books because it has the significance of him really destroying the Green Lantern Corps, because that's what he was doing at this moment. He just took everybody's ranks.
And Izzy, I like the little fact that it's checked off that you own it already. So that's
that is a fact. I do have my copy signed as well by both the writer and artist.
That's cool.
So yeah. So I make sure I do that. And here's another one, another iconic cover, but this one has some significance because it features the death of Jason Todd that was killed by the Joker. The book is demanding $40, so I think it's actually pretty cheap for $40.
You know what? I feel like I bought this during COVID, and it was the high then was only like $25-$30.
Oh yeah.
I think it's actually trickled up a little bit in the last year or two.
It has, especially because of the. First of all, this is an iconic cover by Magnolia, but second of all, it's just the significance of Jason Todd's death and what it was all about. I remember doing the poll. I voted for him to live. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The poll. That's right.
Yeah, I voted for him to live, and he did it. So I was wrong, but it was a cool cover. Now this is in the list now because we had the facsimile that came out, which included Robin Lives. So the alternate version of the book came out this week. Well,
doesn't it have like 4 extra pages of story that wasn't included or something like that?
It was really a panel or two that they had to do, that Jim Aparo had to do, because they didn't know until the very end what was going to happen. So, yeah, personally, great cover, great story. I loved it. There goes Digger Jim. How you doing, my man? All right, let's go to our next one. Oh, it's Calypso. That Southern Comic Geek. He's living up to his name.
That's right.
Yeah, he is living up to his name, man. All right, here's another book that is gaining more and more momentum as the days goes. Issue 2 just came out, was dropped this past week, and that's Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, #1. Do you know anything about this book, Rich?
Nope, not a thing.
All right. Well, this is one of those books. This is one of those books that finally a good book. All right, Taylor Wynn is gonna, ring the praises of this book. So this is a story. You remember Richard Scarry as a kid?
What
Busy
was it?
Town, Richard Scarry.
No, I don't.
So or Berenstain Bears or anything.
Yeah.
Anything, kids, little children, right? Cartoons and stuff like that. I remember Busy Town. I think of Busy Town. Well, what if one of those characters was a serial killer? That's what this is about.
And I get it. It's a good story, man. But just the art alone in that cover, man, that's just bad,
a lot,
man. It's just.
Now, issue 2 came out this week, and it features a pig that reminisces of Miss Piggy. She looks like Miss Piggy, so
that's still not going to sell me.
Nah, but you know what? It could get picked up. That's how interesting the story is. And if it gets first of all, the book is asking for $12 now. We're talking about books only been out for a month. It's already $12. If this book gains more momentum and more importantly gets picked up, this book is going to go up. It's going to be that important. All right. Tigger's like, pass. But it's about digging. It's doomed to fail.
It's actually good. It's doomed to fail.
IndieWire just stated there has been no official statement from. Oh, we're still on the majored stock here.
He's done. He's done.
He's fired, man. You not. That's it. It's over. You don't need an official statement. Guilty and fired. That's it. That's all you need.
The sad thing is, I'd like to see him recast by somebody better, but I don't know if they will.
Personally, I liked him as an actor.
I didn't. You know, I'm a big Rocky Creed fan, and even in Creed, I didn't like him. I just. There we go.
Now we got some good stuff here, right?
I just sent this one out for grading, man.
Oh, really? You did?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about this book since you sent it out for grading. Oh, now I gave you the bug.
Sorry about that. Well, it's the first Black Bolt,
Hey, Kenneth.
The first Seeker Inhuman. It's the introduction of the Inhuman, or second appearance of the Inhuman. It's just an awesome book. And is that it's Kirby cover, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a Kirby.
Yeah, I mean, Kirby covers, when they had those first appearances, were always awesome because it was always that first appearance character on the front center, posing like the first Red Guardian. I don't think that was Kirby, but I love that old style of artwork. And when they came out with first appearances, and they're highlighted like they are on a cover like this.
Yeah, Kirby was the best at just drawing heads. You know what I mean? When he just put heads in the cover, he managed to make it work in such a look at the dog. He has the head of a dog in a cover, and it works. You know what I mean? You gotta love Kirby, man. Kirby's the best.
I mean, I have a low grade copy I sent out. I think I picked it up for like $40 like a year ago. But it's like a 3.0 book probably. But it's an awesome book.
Even still worth it, man. It's still worth it. Especially look, a low grade copy is going for $100, so you got a deal. So, all right. Now we got another book here talking about cartoons potentials. We have here Stray Dogs #1. This was the hot book of back in 2021 that features Lady of Tramps meets Silence of the Lambs, as they put it. So you got these dogs who their owner, I believe, because I haven't read it, their owner is a serial killer. But it's set with a style that is Don Bluth, some Secret of Nim, Cool World, from that kind of animation. So it has that feature. So this does have an option. So that's why this book is in the list. I was at Big Apple this weekend, and I passed this book. I said, you know what, I'm gonna pass on it. I don't know if I did a good job in passing on it, but we'll find out.
I guess the question is, what was it up for sale for? You know what I mean? If somebody had it up for $10 and you walk past it, you might say, let me grab it. But if it's, at the high, it's $20 and it's trending at 20, I would pass on it. Yes. However, I do like the concept of the story. I never read it, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah. The other thing that was interesting that I found out is that the dog's memories, they kind of, they forget what really is happening. So there's some interest in that. So yeah, this is a book, man. I wasn't going to pay. I think the guy was asking for more than I was willing to pay for. So that's the reason why I passed for it. I passed it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to pass on it. Now we'll find out in the future if I made a mistake, but I think I'll find this book again. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think it's going to be hard to come across. All right, let's go to our next book in the list. Here's some Spidey goodness. All right. Amazing Spider-Man 194, the first appearance of Black Cat. This one's a funny one. This one's on the list, not because we have a new Black Cat. It's because we didn't get a Black Cat, where we probably would have. So it was an interview with Anne Hathaway, and she was hired to be in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4. She was actually hired. She never fitted. She never took scenes or anything like that. But she was hired. So she was saying this week in an interview that she was hired for the role. And that's why there's a significant buzz for this book. But this is one of those books that I think always comes back because Black Cat's one of those characters that we know we're gonna see.
We're gonna get her at some point.
Sooner or later, she's gonna. She did technically show up, but not as Black Cat. So Felicia Hardy has showed up in the movies, in Amazing Spider-Man, but we haven't seen Black Cat, and it's just a matter of time before she shows up. So this is one of those books. It's trending downwards, but
time to buy. I mean, I think this is an undervalued book to begin with. I mean, high grade copies are hard to come by because of the black cover, but like, you get a mid grade copy for under $100. That's a steal.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you find it, pick it up. Simple as that, guys. Here's another book. Back to the Deadpool spec. We got the first appearance of Dakin. This book is asking for $50. I don't know if I want to spend $50 on this book. It's just Dakin. Now, who's playing Dakin is the question.
Is he confirmed to be in it? I'm trying to see.
So there's no confirmation that Dakin will be in it. However, when they did this Explore Madripoor site, he was one of the names mentioned alongside the Mystique. Now, there are rumors that Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself, is gonna be in the Deadpool movie. Now, the rumors always has been that he was gonna play, a different version of Wolverine. It's quite possible he plays Dakin, and if he plays Dakin, this $50 is not gonna be $50 anymore.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't own this book. I actually had this run back in the day, held on to it for a while, and it never did anything, and I just flipped it because I'm like, what is this? Wish I held on to it, but
that's how I felt about NYX Story Man. That's the book that got away from me.
I right now I would probably pass on it.
Yeah, because if I see this for like 25, then I'll grab it.
Think about how much speculation has gone into Deadpool 3. I mean, I've never seen more speculation go into one single movie in my life. We're going to see Taylor Swift as Dazzler or female.
If we see Taylor Swift as Dazzler,
we're going to see.
I don't know.
We're going to see Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Like, it's just too much.
The only thing I know for sure is that Elektra's in it. Jennifer Gardner's Elektra's in it. That's a surefire bet. We know that Taylor's somewhat in it, but we don't know who Taylor is. And I wouldn't be surprised if they pull a fast one and give us Lady Deadpool off of her. You know what I mean? It's quite possible. And then they make a stupid reference on Dazzler. What, you thought she was going to be Dazzler? Like, I could see them do that. That's just typical Ryan Reynolds humor, right? We got the Deadpool dog, right? Kid Deadpool's going to be in it. And, with all that they're talking about, this is why they're talking about the cameo porn that they're calling Deadpool, because that's what it is. But you know what? I think that's the type of movie that deserves that. You know what I mean? It's just meant to have fun and poke on previous versions of movies from like the Fox universe. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, if I find this for 25, then I'll pick it up. I'm not gonna pay 50.
I'd have to agree with you there.
Yeah, I think 25 is going to be my high for now. So we'll see what happens. Because I don't think Dakin's that much of a great character anyway. He kind of bores me. So, all right. Now here's another one.
Yep.
We got the first appearance of Claw with Fantastic Four 53. It's also the first appearance of T'Chaka, who is Black Panther's father. Now, this book is on the list because they did make an announcement that there's a new, I believe it's called the Eyes of Wakanda animated series for Disney Plus that's going to be coming out. That's going to be featuring different Wakandans across the world, kind of like they're trying to reclaim the vibranium that was stolen from them, which sounds really interesting, seeing those types of stories. So this book, $400 is the high for this book. But you could get this book low at like $40, which is not actually that's a pretty good price, especially being the first
Silver Age, second appearance of Black Panther,
second appearance of Black Panther, first of Claw, first of T'Chaka, first time Vibranium is mentioned, so it's a multi-key book, as they say.
Yeah, I'm looking at like that midpoint, that 120. I think even at 120, I think it's still,
it's definitely worth the price.
Worth it.
Okay. And a book that, of course, is it's an expensive book, and that is Tomb of Dracula #10, features the first appearance of Blade himself. This one is on the list because they just announced a Blade video game that will come out in the future. That's it.
Yeah, we might get the video game before the movie. So
Yeah. And when they make video game announcements, we're not going to see anything for like another 2 years. And the way that movie's going, we don't even know when that movie's coming, if that movie even comes out. Because at this point, I really don't know if we're going to get a movie. I think sooner or later we will, but I don't know if it's going to be the movie we thought we were going to get. So Blade's a cool character. I remember seeing this one and remember hearing about it when I first heard Blade back in the 90s was coming out. I was like, okay, I can see that. But I envisioned this Blade, not the one that we got in the movie. So the brown jacket, the green pants, and the weird shades that he has. So I would have loved to have seen that. But
I remember going to see that in the movies when I was a kid, man, and I thought it was.
The movie was awesome, man.
Not Marvel relevant, but it was an awesome movie. I thought
it was an awesome movie. I liked the second one too. Guillermo del Toro did that movie.
What about the third one? I kind of thought that was the best of the three.
The third one did not go well because it was less about Blade and more about Hannibal King and the rest of the gangs, with Ryan Reynolds, of course.
Yep.
Personally, I liked 3 because of Triple H. I think Triple H was hilarious in that movie. And the little dog was hilarious to me. So, but what I find interesting is that look at the high. The high is 3.2 thousand, but a low is going for 320.
320, yeah. For a 73 book, Bronze Age.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, because I think even if we get a Blade movie, I think it's going to be short-lived. So if you get it for a deal, it's great. It's the first appearance of Blade, but if you're paying the high, I would pass.
And it depends on how low is the low, too, right? So are you talking about low with graded or low non-graded?
Either or. Like say you could land a raw, 3.0 copy. What would you pay for it? If somebody was selling a 3.0 copy of this book for $300, it's a deal.
Yeah. No, it is a deal, especially since Blade is. I'll wait on it. I'll wait because the video game's not for another 2 years. The movie's not going to be for another 2 years, right? I think the price is going to drop a little bit more when no one's talking to Blade. Like, you don't talk about Blade. You don't hear anything about Blade. Nothing's happening on the Blade front. That's your moment to go in. You know what I mean? So right now is not the moment because we just got announced the video game. It's when people forget about it that the prices go down. So I would put a hold on it for now. But if you find it at a good price, it's Blade. Here's another book that is on the list, and this is Deadpool the Circle Chase #1. This is the one that came out in '93. This is the comic book that I would say gives us the Deadpool we know and love today. This one.
You don't think the #1 of the first ongoing?
I think when Joe Kelly started writing it is when he became Deadpool. What's up, DBH?
I mean, I kind of agree with you. You have the first appearance in New Mutants '98. You have the first, #1 was the first Blind Owl, and the second most valuable book. And now this one's been heating up. I think it's a spec book, personally.
It's a spec book for $20. It's for T'Challa goodness here with Fantastic Four 52, first appearance of T'Challa. Now look at this one. Now we talked about this earlier about the Blade book. This book surprisingly is cheaper than Blade.
Cheap. Yeah, that's no respect for Black Panther, man. I mean, that's a low grade copy, $200.
In the Marvel universe. How could Blade be more than Black Panther?
I have no idea. That blows my mind.
If I find a low copy for $180, I'm okay with that.
If somebody had a nice 5.0 slab for $600, I'd still be okay with that if I had the $600 to blow. But I'm just, you know what I mean? That's a great deal, great book, important character. That's disrespectful for what it's worth. It should be probably triple that, in my opinion.
Yeah, no love for Black Panther, and like it's funny, you do compare them, right? Blade and Black Panther, they're good. They're good to be compared, but to look at a book that came out in '66 versus a
So
book that came
brave.
out in the
Yep.
'70s, it doesn't make any sense to me. Could it be print run? That's the only possible conclusion I could come up with.
Could be print
Be-
run.
You know, because Tomb of Dracula, I can't imagine they made that many copies of it, even then. So, wow, shocked by the numbers. Here's another book that I personally love, but I have no idea why it's on this list, other than somebody wants to get some Punisher.
The only thing I could think of is obviously the first appearance is, through the roof.
Uh-huh.
The number one of the limited series is, I don't want to say through the roof, but it's the next highest book of Punisher. And then this would be the third one, just like that Deadpool you just showed. Like,
Yeah,
I like it. I own it. I own both
same here.
the Punisher, the limited series, and this Punisher.
Yeah,
But I don't get it. It should be like a $10 book, in my opinion.
I think it's also an iconic cover.
I
I
kind
think
of like
that's
the one of the limited better, where he's like,
yeah.
ah.
Yeah, but I've seen this cover so many times.
Mhm.
And when I think of Punisher, I think of a guy that's hanging out in a fire escape somewhere about to shoot up a whole bunch of thugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's just there with this big bazooka in his hand, like, hey, come on out. All right. Oh, look at this. He said a low grade sold on eBay.
$200. Wow.
Oh, you were actually planning on getting a DVH. Wow. Hope anyone, including appearance of Flash movie.
Where's Batman?
So we confirmed George Clooney will not be in Deadpool 3.
Be funny if he was.
Right? I always laugh at the guy looking out of the window. I know, right? If someone's knocking on your window, don't look. You know what I mean? That's funny. All right, the next book is our first appearance of Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel. Again, this book is here. I think now is probably a good time to pass on this because I think Miss Marvel does not have the selling potential that Marvel thought she would have had. And I think it has to do with Brie Larson. I don't think there's people that just don't like Brie.
Yeah,
I don't
they
personally.
say the actors that worked with her that she's not very easy to work with.
Yeah.
So, if that means anything,
Yeah.
I own this book too, and it's an awesome book. I mean, that whole run is got a lot of cool cameos and first appearances in it.
Yeah.
Everybody gets confused though that like this is the first Carol Danvers. This was the first appearance of Carol as
Miss Marvel.
not first of
she
Carol
appeared
Danvers.
in Captain Marvel.
Yep. Well, actually, it was like Marvel Comics presents Captain Marvel. I own that too, back there somewhere.
You know what cracks me up about this though is I get it about the costume. There's no way a person would have been running around the streets like that.
I'm not complaining, man. I'm not complaining.
I didn't say I was complaining. I'm just saying it's just not a thing. You know what I mean?
We're in New York City today. That's how they walk around anyway. So
yeah, they do walk around like that.
It's not in 1977.
You said TN30. What's up, dude? I think Sean Gunn should play every DC character. That's so you'll have him play Batman, Green Lantern. What about Superman? Sean Gunn is Superman.
Maybe if it was like a what if universe or something.
Gotcha. All right, here is a classic. I got my copy. I love my copy. I got the trade.
My copy too, yeah.
Mine's is signed by Dave Gibbons, so I'm really happy about this book. It is clearly one of the greatest stories ever written. It sucks that it's not getting the much love it needs that it should get. That's my personal opinion. As far as the book itself, I think the story gets the love, but the book is like $60.
Yeah,
how much did they make?
Yeah, the thing is like in the 80s and the early 90s, the print run on these books were so high. There's so many of these out there. That's probably what's keeping that price low, because this is, it's got a lot of importance what goes on in this first book, appearances and everything else. So
now I got a complete run. I got all 12 issues of the Max series. As I mentioned it to someone beforehand, I got most of my books from discount packs.
Really?
So so back in the day when you go to like a discount store or something like that, like they would have the packs, kind of like the Walmart packs today. I ended up getting my collection of Watchmen from that.
Yeah, I think I have about 8 of them. I'm missing a few of them, but I have number 1. I know that.
Well, let me know which one you're missing, because I actually have a duplicate of one of them or 2 of them. I got some dupes, I know that much. So let me know which one you're missing, and I'll see if I have it. See, look at that. That's right. He was donating his Watchmen comics.
Listen, like a month ago, you were buying pizzas for everybody, so
you know what I'm saying. We're not that far away from each other, so why not? All right, so next book here. This is our last book from this list. This is Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, issue number 1. This is the second print Godzilla roaring sound effect. I find it interesting that the Godzilla one is the one that people are hunting for, and no one cares about Kong. That's the way I like it. I am a Godzilla guy. Team Godzilla here.
You know what's crazy to me is that the Godzilla Kong comic books for DC right now are hotter than Batman or Superman.
Yeah. Godzilla's hot, dude. Godzilla is on fire, literally. He has one of the best movies right now in theaters with -1. They have an upcoming Godzilla Con movie coming up. You got Monarch coming. You got Monarch on Apple Plus, and you got we're gonna look at the top 10 in a second, and he's in the top 10. So Godzilla, I don't think we've ever seen Godzilla this hot before, ever. And TM, I love you, bro. Godzilla's king, not the Kong. In fact, you notice that the movie's called Godzilla Kong, not Godzilla King Kong, because we know who the true king is, and that is Godzilla. You don't mess with Godzilla. That's the man right there. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So, woohoo, what a list. Any standouts for you?
Honestly, a lot of those independents, I'm kind of shocked that are on that list. Those IDW and Boom Studio books. I didn't really expect them to be on there. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's take a look at the top 10. Let's see what's hot in the top 10 for CBCSI and cover price. You're going to be surprised what you might see. So let's take a look at them. What do you think?
Dude, those Taylor Swift books, I didn't even know they were. I saw that, I was like, what? I didn't even know they existed.
Dude, when I saw them, I just went, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
Honestly, I would buy them. If I saw them, I would totally buy them. Just because that's funny, man. I did see
And
that
not just
once.
one of them, both of
Both of
them.
them. Yeah. That's oh my god. We live in a Swifty world. Um, and that Spectre book, I don't know what the relevance of it, man. But every time I see a Spectre cover, almost all those Spectre covers are just phenomenal covers.
So
There's
that
something
book,
about
this is
that
the second
character is
time. This is the second time that book makes the list. I still don't know why.
uh, probably just most people might have a similar opinion to me that the Spectre covers are just awesome
Mhm.
covers.
Yeah,
They just
especially the Tom Mandrake ones. The Tom Mandrakes are so good. Spectre always had he was always one of those cool characters. But yeah, I just stood there wondering about the Spectre. But the Taylor Swift books are
when did
surprising
those
to
Taylor
me.
Swifts come out? Were they recently
They
or
came
they
out
had to
last
be?
week. They came out
Really?
last week, and people are hunting them.
God, they're
It's
probably like
it,
$100 already.
everybody. Nah, I doubt that. But everybody's hunting for Taylor Swift. What's up,
Swifties
Black
are
Spiders?
crazy, man. They're gonna
Yeah,
pay. They'll pay
that's
big bucks.
why I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing her as Taylor, as Dazzler,
Something.
which I really want it. My personal opinion is I want it. Not because I want to see her as Dazzler, because I have a copy. I'm
Mhm.
ready. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you got
You
your
know what I
sign
mean?
too, didn't you?
I got my sign.
Yeah.
It's in a box right here waiting to be open. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? Hey, what's up, AR? All right, I'm excited as Beckham. And we got 222 right there. Look at that. Best YouTube ever. Thank you, Black Spider. Really appreciate that. All right. So before we start getting into what books are coming out this week, Rich, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got going on.
I am the most boring YouTuber on the planet. No, I'm kidding. I don't do a lot of streams. I don't do a lot of videos. I do pressing videos, which is kind
Mhm.
of my claim to fame. I try to do a pressing, cleaning type video like every 2 weeks or so. Um, but I did finally get StreamYard, so maybe I'll do something going on. But it's tough because I see what you guys go through to build up your audience, and
Mhm.
I'm the type of guy that gets discouraged if 3 people show up and I'm sitting there talking for an hour for 3 people. But that's it. So if you want to know anything about me, about my channel, just check it out. Cleaning, pressing, some speculation stuff, unboxings. That's what I got.
Cool. Yeah. It starts with one.
Yeah.
Lincoln Park said it best, right? Right. So Larry is saying that he thinks she's gonna be Lady Deadpool.
I
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
I kind of think she is too. I'd like to see Dazzler more, but I just think they're going to do something silly with her.
Yeah. That's that. What's TM saying? I can't believe the Justice League just hangs out. Yeah, they're right here, the Justice League, and you look, you got the other guys hanging out there. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is, man. I'm popular. It's New York. That's how we do things in New York, right? So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what's coming up here. Now, yes, guys, I didn't want to. There is a mystery pack schedule for today, so we're gonna have a Christmas themed mystery pack that's gonna happen. I actually don't have the pack with me, so whoever wins today's giveaway will win a set of comic books that have a Christmas theme to them. Another thing that I want to announce to everybody, and this is actually the first time I'm going to make this announcement. If you saw it in the preview show, then next week we are not live. The show will not be live. However, you will have a video, and that video is going to be with Gene Miguel, the CEO of Shortbox. I did an interview with him. In fact, I was talking to you, Rich, just the other day when I was actually interviewing you. You were contacting me like, I can't. I'm talking to the CEO of Shortbox. So that's gonna be the video that's gonna come out next week. It's gonna come out in replacement of today's show. So it's gonna be part of the Comic Book Weekly poll list, and that's gonna be the video for Christmas Day. There's gonna be an announcement there as well. That's gonna be important for you guys. And in case you didn't know, we're doing the year-end giveaway. And the way it works, and if you're watching on IG, because I do have this playing on IG, believe it or not, guys, um, we're going to do a year-end giveaway. And the way it works is you go back to every video up to this moment from the end of November where it's mentioned, and you leave a comment and include hashtag love the Izzyverse. Each entry per video will be entered into a giveaway pack Channel members will automatically get 5 slots, but they will be able to add more to that when they leave their comments. So be on the lookout for that. And what we're going to do is on New Year's Day, it's going to be an open stream where everybody could come in and hang out. I already got confirmation that people are going to be doing some giveaways, including myself. So we're going to be doing the 2K giveaway as well as the year-end giveaway. And you know what? I'm excited because I got some stuff that I plan on giving away, man. So give me 1 second while I'll be right back to show the group what I got for them. So I'll be right back, man. So go ahead, talk to the gang.
I guarantee you Izzy's going to come back with some really awesome sketch covers that he just recently did, and he's going to do giveaways for them. That's my guess. I could be wrong. What do you guys think? Or some Brooklyn pizza, not on dry ice. It's going to be shipped to you in a box, and by the time you get it, it's going to be just as much cardboard as the box. I'll still be drunk on New Year's. I don't even want to read that next one out loud.
There it is. That's the quickest poop I've ever taken, isn't it?
They were timing you. If it was more than 10 minutes, they know what you were doing.
I'm spamming this just for What's up, Comics? Explain how you doing, my man. This is what happens when you don't prepare properly. You got like stuff like this, right? So I do have some stuff to show you guys. So let me go ahead. No, man, you don't. Is that supposed to be the way it works? Did he clean up?
I forgot to wipe.
Did you wipe? So let me go ahead and show you guys what I got for you guys. So let's turn off the green screen for a second. Tell the Justice League to step out for a minute. We'll do this thing here. Hey guys, look at that. So we're gonna get things started. I did show some people what we've had already. So included in this packet, we're gonna start small, and I'm gonna add something today. So we're going to include some Funko pins. You got Loki, Iron Man, right there.
Pretty cool.
That's gonna be part. That's there.
I'm a big Funko guy, so.
Okay, so we got those. We got a cap with the Joker. And whoever wins this is going to get their whatever they want here. So if they want to put their name on the cap, they could put their name on the cap. If they want to put something else on the cap, whatever they want, they could do that. So that's going to be part of it. Courtesy of my boy, Sean Hill. We do have original art. Some of you guys were saying this is the way. So this is the way. We got a Nate Melendez piece here that he did. He actually did this for me a while back. So I've been holding on to it. And now it's time to give it away. And this is original art, guys, of the Mando. Right? So that's going to be going. All right. And I showed you guys the Batman Superman, right? The World's Finest, issue 20. This is the special edition, right? This is actually Big Time Collectibles exclusive variant of the Kingdom Come logo. So that's there. And guess what? You're going to have it in the comic capsule. The comic capsule is also part of that deal. All right, so you're going to get a comic capsule as well. But wait, there's more. All right. We're not done yet. What we have here is we have a 9.6 Darkness #1. That's going to be part of this deal. Darkness #1. And finally, I'm including this is also going to be part of the 2K giveaway. And we got a 9.8 Punisher #1 as well.
Ooh.
Look at that cover.
That's cool.
It's a cool cover, man. I was like, I don't like the logo as much, but this cover is not bad.
That's not the current volume. That's the one before, right?
This is the one that came out the last year's volume. So this is the 2002.
Yep.
And it's a 9.8, guys. 9.8.
That's awesome.
So this is all going to be part of that year-end giveaway. So we got a lot of stuff so someone's going to be lucky enough to get all this. So that's why you guys got to go into the videos, man. You got to go back to those videos. You got to make sure you hit that hashtag LoveTheIzzyVerse. and that's going to give you the chance to win all that stuff. So sounds like a lot of stuff, right? Right. Love that. You know what? The darkness to me, I feel like his day is coming. You know what I'm saying? He's a character that blends well in live action. So I feel like we will see him someday. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Anybody else? Look, everybody's already put. So TM Nerdy, I need that Superman in my life. Well, he's been working, but this is the wrong way. Yeah, the Joker cap is awesome. Yeah, I agree. All right, Rich, let's go quickly. Let's go ahead and find out what's in our poll list this week. We got 20 titles for Marvel. They're back at it. What do you think about all these books, dude? That just keeps coming out every week.
That's a lot for Marvel.
That's normal for Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at I get my books from gmart.com, and I looked at it, and nothing really stood out to me. There was one. What the heck was it? I forgot what it was, but they did also release their cutoff for the free comic book day stuff already too. So
okay. So let's take a look at what's coming out this week. So this week we have a few number ones, nothing too crazy. The original X-Men #1. Okay. Rom and the X-Men Marvel Tales. So this is going to be a reprint of some issues featuring Rom and the X-Men. I'm starting to notice that Rom is starting. They're thinking about Rom again. So, is there something we don't know?
Maybe. I mean, it's been floating around a lot lately.
Yeah. So there, I was fortunate enough to just pick up an issue of Rom #1 not that long ago. Picked up like super cheap. It wasn't a great copy. It wasn't a high grade, but it was like a good medium grade book. I'm stoked. You know.
Cool book to own.
Yeah. Wolverine #40 featuring Spider-Man on the cover. With him, also Spider-Man is going to be in Amazing Spider-Man 40 as well. I can't believe that book's at 40 issues already. That run.
So for me, I'm a big X-Men guy, and I'm going to pass on all these except the Spider-Man because that just always gets Spider-Man. And I'm curious what the Gang War is going to be all about because there's a lot of tie-ins with the Gang War.
Yeah. That's an ASM had. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sad that J. Scott Campbell never actually did that run of Spider-Man that he was supposed to do originally. It would have been nice to see that.
So I want to bring up something funny real quick. My wife watches Say Yes to the Dress or one of those wedding shows, and his fiance was on it, and he was mentioned. And I'm like, wait, I know that guy. I don't know that guy, but I know who that is. So it was pretty exciting. He was on Say Yes to the Dress, or his fiance was.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Now, another book that's actually really hot, he says, that's Incredible Hulk 7. I'm not gonna lie, that's a hot cover.
Yeah,
that is a nice cover. I like that cover, really good. That's a good cover buy for me. But the story I hear is good too, so no complaints there. Also, you have Gods 3. This is one of those series, it's supposed to be like an event crossover event that no one's really talking about. I do not hear anybody talking about this story. I hear good things about it, but I don't hear anybody talking about it.
Yeah, I heard good things about issue 1. I didn't read or pick up any of them. I am curious about them though.
The one I have been hearing a lot of good things about is Uncanny Spider-Man, which seems to be a sleeper hit.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's funny, seeing Nightcrawler in the Spider-Man suit and him meet with Peter Parker, and it's cool. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. All right. Next book on this list is Doctor Strange 10, and yes, that is an Alex Ross cover. It's an interesting Alex Ross cover with the black eyes. It looks like.
Yeah, I don't know why they stuck Mr. Sinister on that cover though. It's strange.
Yeah.
Kidding.
But you saw how you pulled it off. I don't know why they put Sinister in the cover. It's strange. All right. We got Uncanny Avengers issue #5. Superior Spider-Man issue #2. Spider-Boy, issue number 2. I feel like Spider-Boy number 1 came out months ago for some reason in my brain, but no. We got issue 2 coming out this week, so we'll see how that turns out. Spine-tingling Spider-Man issue number 3. I heard good things about that one as well. That's a pretty interesting cover, though.
It was Spine Tingling's a horror story, so it's interesting.
Yeah. Astonishing Iceman number 5.
I'm so tired.
Daredevil. Yeah. All right. Daredevil Black Armor with Hobgoblin and Sabretooth in the cover. All right. Catwolf and the Howling Commandos. I'm hearing a lot of good things about that book too.
Really?
Yeah, people are loving that book from what I'm hearing. I have not picked it up myself personally, but I have been hearing good things for that book. So who knows, right? Norman Red, you thought Sabretooth was dead? Come on. There you go, Sean Gunn for Hobgoblin. All right. I want to see this kid, the kid turn into Hobgoblin. I'm just out of curiosity, see if he actually turns into Hobgoblin. Ned Neds. All right. Alien 2 is out this week. And over in the Star Wars universe, you got Star Wars Revelation number 1, Star Wars The High Republic number 2, Star Wars Dr. Aphra, and Star Wars Darth Vader 41. Are you Star Wars? Do you collect Star Wars comics?
I do. I don't get them all. Right now, I'm only getting Vader. I've gotten High Republic off and on. I got Dr. Aphra off and on. I got the regular Star Wars series off and on too. And I usually get like the short stories, the one shots, the the Obi-Wan, the Chewbacca's. But Darth Vader's the only one I pretty much read consistently.
Cool. I just sent out a Darth Vader issue 3 to get pressed and slab, and then eventually it's gonna get slabbed. It's nice copy. I'm hoping.
I got a 9/6, man. I wish it was that 8. I just
because Dr. Aphra is one of those characters that we haven't seen live action, but we know we will.
I don't even care if we don't. She's just she's a cool character regardless, and it's just an awesome book.
Yeah. All right. Over at DC, we got 14 titles at DC. And we got Teen Titans Beast World Tour. This time they're going to Central City. Also, we got a reprint of a classic Harley Quinn when she made her first appearance in the DC universe. Joker Harley Uncovered number 1. That's out this week. Nightwing 109, kind of backwards Jaws homage in that cover right there. Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
These Nightwing covers have always been fire. The stories may not be always great, but the covers have been fire. Then you got World's Finest 22 out this week, which is probably one of DC's best books out. Right. Anything on these books that you're interested in or you've been reading?
I don't really read any DC at the moment. The Joker Harley Quinn cover is a dope cover though. So
yeah. Oh yeah, classic cover. All right. Now the poll's still up. He's trying to close the poll. We still got the poll up. 26 votes in. So you can go check that out. All right. We got issue 3 of Justice League, Godzilla, and Kong. It's still out there, guys. So let's see what happens. Last time we saw, Superman got wrecked by Godzilla. Perfect. Just the way I like it. I muted someone accidentally. What are you doing, Jerez? Wonder Woman issue number 4, Catwoman issue 60 versus the Flamingo. I remember the Flamingo from Batman and Robin, that book from back in the day. And Superman number 9's out this week. Anything on these 4s?
Justice League, Godzilla, and Kong I might pick up because I did get number 1. I might have to find 2 and get 3.
Yeah,
because it was decent. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's fun. All right, Superman pass. You're passing on the Justice League Godzilla, DVH, and Kong. I'm shocked. That's right. It is a DNA cover. DNA been doing, and we got the purple costume Catwoman, which I love that costume. I love the purple costume. It's one of my personal favorites. But I like it with her hair out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it like it's just cat. I just like seeing the hair, the crazy curly hair. Also, you got Green Lantern War Journals issue number 4, Jay Garrick Flash issue number 3, and Hawkgirl issue number 6. I believe that's the last issue of that run. So those are books that are coming out for DC, and I believe we have one more run here. We're gonna finish off Christmas with Batman Santa Claus Silent Night issue number 3, Batman Off World number 2, and a gorgeous Jenny Frison Harley Quinn cover. I think that is. I might pick that up just for that cover.
Yeah, I agree. That cover is awesome, man. And I'm surprised they didn't keep it going with some of those holiday cover books, man, because those were cool. With they look like holiday cards and stuff.
The cards. But it's funny to me because I feel like I should fold it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
they're gimmicky. They're cool. They got people to pick them up that might not have normally picked them up. So
exactly. All right. Over at Image, we got 13 titles, right? And that's a combination of Image, Skybound, you name it, Top Cow, whatever. All right. Number 1 book that's coming out this week is going to be The Shift. That's a new book coming out. There you go. At least digitally. All right. Don't call it Kongzilla. It's Godzilla and Kong is second there. He's going to get Silent Night. All right. I'm sure Durs is going to pick up Spawn 348. All right. G.I. Joe Real American Hero issue 302. I got a chance to talk a little bit of Larry Hama this week over at Big Apple. You know, he's a local for us. So I love talking to him, man. Even if it was just for a little bit, but it was cool. Geiger issue number 2, Ground Zero issue number 2 is coming out this week. And yep, I could see DVH is picking it up for sure.
Right. I'm just shocked that the G.I. Joe is at 302 with Image already. It's just all right. Yeah.
So no, it's the continuation of the run. So the IDW and the G.I. Joe run.
It picked up from the same number.
Yeah, it's a continuation. So it just went to Image. It's not that Image. Gotcha. It's been with Image. So yeah. The Deviant issue number 2, Christmas tree. So you got a Christmas themed comic going on there. Undiscovered Country 27, New Bird 13, Kill Your Darlings number 4, and I believe we have Creepshow number 4, Philadelphia 32, Hexagon Bridge, Capitar Universal Truth number 5, and The Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 79. Any Image books you're interested in this week?
I always like the Creepshow covers. You know what I mean? They're like throwbacks. Every time I talk to somebody that reads them, it's like the art is great, the story's boring, but the covers are awesome.
Yeah, cool. All right, and then finally we got our other. It's actually a lighter indie week. No surprise here because we got the holidays. But Scott Comics they're throwing out 10 titles this week, if in fact they are coming out. IDW schedule 6, Boom has 5, Dark Horse 4, Antarctic Press has 3, and Dynamite Entertainment has 2. So let's go quickly on these. You got over at Scott Comics, you got the Mage Agency, Total Party Killer number 1, the 13th Origins Pyroclast, and Dust number 2. That 13 Origins, that looks surprisingly like the Thing.
Yeah, right.
Right? It's like, I don't know about that. You got Snow White Zombie Apocalypse number 5. I actually like this cover of Sokovia number 4. It's like, it just looks like Elton John to me. All right. All right. Sissy number 2. And The Traveler's Guide to Floggoria. I got a little typo there.
Listen, if they got anything going, they got really catchy names to their books.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty wild.
All right. We also have Miracle Kingdom number 4 and Tales of Volcania number 3, and that's over in Scott Comics. Over in IDW, you got the Godzilla War of Humanity number 3, Godzilla Rivals, Jet Jaguar versus Megalon number 1, so that's going to be cool. Also, you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 146, My Little Pony, The Best of Fluttershy number 1, Star Trek 15, and Star Trek Defiant issue number 10. Those are your IDW books. Turtles, man, it's getting close to 150. That's pretty cool. Right, so
and there's a lot of Trekkies out there, and their covers are actually getting better and better. So
they really are. That cover for Star Trek 15 looks great. Right. Over at Boom Studios, you got a new book coming out this week. The Ashcan came out not that long ago, which is Animal Pound, number 1. Rare Flavors, number 3. Hunt for the Sky Skinwalkers, number 4. That cover's kind of scary looking. Speaking of scary, Lotus Land, number 2. I don't know what's going on with that guy, but he has a problem.
Yeah, that's interesting cover.
That is a very interesting cover. I noticed that the trade dress is above him, so it's not in the back like it normally would be. So that's
So
pretty
am I
interesting.
seeing it right? Is his lower body like roots of a tree or something?
I don't know. It looks like it's disintegrating from my perspective. Yeah. I think it's a horror book. Abbott 1979, number 3 is also coming out this week for Boom. And over at Dark Horse, you have Borealis, number 1, Canary, number 2, Masters of the Universe, Forge and Destiny, number 4, and Cyberpunk 2077, XOXO3. All right. Borealis, I'll take a look at it, see what's up.
When they gonna get Umbrella Academy back up and running?
I don't know, man.
Another mini series or something.
Who knows? We'll see what this guy is. He's when he's not busy with My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way. Right. Over in Antarctic Press, you got Interstellar Dust, number 1, Jungle Comics 23, and Horror Comics 28. And in Dynamite only has 2 books this week: Vampire versus the Superpowers and Starfinder Finder Angels of the Drift. But over at American Mythology, I said anthology, you have 21st Century Santa Stories, number 1. I wonder what that's supposed to be about. What's Santa doing there? All right. And
Looks like
Night of
creepy Santa.
Yeah. Night of the Living Dead, Kin, number 4. Blaze has The Agent. I think this is a holdover from a couple of weeks ago. So, nor Elliot Page changed Umbrella Academy. I'll be honest. I think the way Umbrella Academy works, Elliot Page is just fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's an issue here.
I'm trying to figure out that cover to Red Light, man.
Yeah. Oh no, I looked at it clearly. They're mannequins.
Oh, okay.
So they're it's profiles of mannequins, but you got the one character there with kind of with the outfit there. So who knows? I take it it's a book about being in the red light district. So you know what I'm saying? Something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Rumpus Room number 4 is a cool looking cover. That's pretty interesting as well. Right? And then you got the Prism number 3 over in the Blaze as well. So who knows? All right. And let's see here. We got over at Whatnot, you got Plot Holes number 5. Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer number 4 is out this week.
I heard that was good, man. I haven't read it, and I keep meaning to pick it up, but I heard that Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer is pretty cool.
So the writer of Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer is actually a local person. He's from your neck of the woods in Jersey.
Really?
Yeah, he's from Jersey. So I can't remember his name right now. It's escaping me. But definitely a local guy for us. So I knew about Harriet Tubman before I became a Whatnot book. So it got picked up by Whatnot. So over in Zscope, you got Belle Apex Predator. So Belle's trying to be Randy Orton, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I bet you she hears voices in her head. Over at Titan Comics, you got Blip Map number 2. So, well, I don't know. And finally, I think this is the last of it. Bad Idea, The Destroyer number 1. This guy has a really, bad fungus going on in his face. So,
pretty cool artwork.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I can say about Bad Idea is they have some amazing covers. I don't care much for the books, though.
Mm-hmm.
But the covers have always been amazing. Their tactics, I'm not a big fan of because they're always trying to do something to get people to get their books. So they do things. And I know the guy just doesn't really care as much about selling, making money. But yeah, I'm with DBH. That cover is definitely fire. But who knows? And Keenspot has Spellweaver number 1, Children of the Comic number 5, and over at Ahoy Comics you have Project Cryptide number 4. And those are your new books for this Let's see. Bad Idea seems to stick with sci-fi. Oh yeah, they're definitely sci-fi books, but they do other types of books too. They do they do war stories and things like that as well. So all right, any good books you plan to pick up this week?
I don't stick to any of the indies. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stick to
Mhm.
my Marvel, maybe sprinkle in a few DCs. A lot of the covers look good. I'm just, I just always pass on them.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, guys, let's do something a little different. I know everybody's been typing away IzzyVerseNYC, but you know what? I think I'm going to try something just a tad bit different because this is the last show of, believe it or not, this is the last show of the year. The last live show of the year because the next time I go live is going to be the 2000K giveaway show. So, like I said, we're going to have fun in this show. It's going to happen January 1st. It's a giveaway show. It's going to start at 6 o'clock. I don't even know how much of the trend. We'll probably will do some trending stuff because it's going to be fun having a large group here talking about what's trending. So that should be fun. That's going to happen. Make sure you do it. See, everybody's looking. Hashtag damn it, Izzy. And Larry's loved it. Love the Izzyverse. When this video is over, go back to the replay and make sure you type in love the Izzyverse. Leave your comment there as well. I'm gonna have fun with these as we keep doing it. But this time, you know what? It's the holiday season. So as far as the holiday season goes, hashtag happy holidays. That's what we're gonna do because it's gonna be a Christmas giveaway this week. So get your hashtag happy holidays to win your Christmas mystery pack. So let's see who's gonna do it. We're gonna give people an opportunity to do it. So they're probably looking at it. It's like it hasn't come in yet. So when you do these live streams, there's like a 20-second delay. So that's why you start seeing the hashtags coming afterwards. So here they come. You saw. Is he? I don't know if Taylor wins. I don't know if I would have given it to him now. So we'll see what happens. That is funny. So make sure you get that happy holidays, man. Oh man. So Rich, what's your plans for the holiday season? Now we're talking. So we're on this.
Me, I spend it with my in-laws to go there.
That sounds fun.
We do some Christmas light touring usually on Christmas Eve. There's a couple good places around to go see lights. And we usually go out to dinner locally, and then Christmas Day, like I said, is with my in-laws, and then New Year's is just New Year's, man. Just stay in and drink and watch the ball drop. Watch all the concerts on all the different channels. That's it.
Yeah, for me, it's interesting because our household, we do Christmas on Christmas Eve, and then we do like presents at midnight. So that's the interesting stuff. So what we end up doing on Christmas Day is we usually go out to the movies and we'll watch a movie. This year we're going to watch Aquaman, which we did years ago too. When it came out, in Christmas. That's when we saw Aquaman. So we're going to see Aquaman this weekend. So that's the plan. It's supposed to come out this weekend, and we'll see how it does, man. I'm excited for it. I like the first one, and I like Jason Momoa, so I'm curious.
It'll do okay. It'll do okay. I mean,
yeah,
it'll do better than the last couple DC movies.
What I'm curious about is what if they do an end credit? What would the end credit be? That's my curiosity, because if they do it, will he finally turn into Lobo?
Be a Lobo end credit scene to Aquaman,
right? Why not
with the same actor?
Because that's what everybody's saying, that he's gonna be Lobo. So I don't know. Maybe Jonathan Majors should do something. Just show up. Is like, I guess I'm done. He's looking for work. But anyway, we got the happy holidays. I got 9 entries. What do you say? We do it?
Let's do it.
All right. It's a low count today, but let's do it. I want to eat dinner, so let's see who wins. And today's winner is Tate Brown. Congratulations, Tate Brown. He won actually a little while back, so thank you so much, Tamer. He is a channel member, so I might be able to get him something a little special to go along with there. But Tate, congratulations once again for winning this week. All right, and since he did win recently, I'm pretty much I have his information handy. So congratulations! Look, I shoot my guns in the air on Christmas.
That's on New Year's, man. You're doing it on the wrong holiday.
Where will there be Superman in the end credits? Nah, I doubt that. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Rich, where can it find you, man?
Comic Cap Collectibles. I can't even say it myself. That's how tongue-tied it is. But I just did my unboxing of my books I got back from Super Jersey, and I still have some EGS books out there that should have been here probably like 2 months ago. So that's what I got coming up.
Awesome. You guys know what to do here. Go back to the replay. It was fun. We were on IG, believe it or not. We were actually on IG. And yeah, I don't know how that turned out.
I saw that when I looked, there was like 17 people that clicked on it, like clicked into it, but I didn't. That was like a half hour ago.
What's funny, it says live, but 0 people are watching, but all these people are like joining in. So I don't know if people are actually watching on IG or not. So,
your camera's doing a exorcist thing again.
It's the IG of it all. So anyway, let's go ahead and close this poll, find out who won the poll. And I got to go all the way to the top to see the poll results. Oh, they disappeared on me. Okay, here's the poll results. Is James Gunn casting of Sean Gunn in DC Studios movie fair or favoritism? 37% said they don't care and it doesn't bother them. 25% said fair casting choice. 22% said maybe. And 14% said no nepotism concerns. Okay, out of 27 votes. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right. I'm happy. That's cool. Anyway, guys, I want to just tell you one thing, Rich. It's very important for me to share this with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of the show, man. It was a blast.
Thanks for having me, man. I love doing this stuff, man. I appreciate the invite.
Oh, you know what? We never even did the giveaway thing, but it's too late now. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Remember, the live show is a 2K show, but this coming week is going to be the short box video. Make sure you watch it. Make sure you put the hashtag there too as well, because that's going to be one of the videos as well. It was a great conversation with Gene Miguel. We already made the recording for it. It's coming out on Christmas Day, 1 week from today, starting at 6:30. So make sure you guys watch that show. Everybody else, I'll see you next time in the IzzyVerse. Until then, man, Excelsior.
Good stuff, man.